Something is shifting inside 2311 Racing, and the cameras caught every second of it. You are strapped into a stock car doing 180 miles an hour, and your hands are shaking, not from fear, but from knowing you should be up front, and you are not. 1 year ago, this exact corner made you a legend. Today, it is making you disappear. This is Bubba Wallace, and 12 months ago, at this same speedway, he had the best day of his career. Before we go further, if you're new here, welcome to NASCAR Voltage. We are closing in on our first 500 subscribers, and if breakdowns like this keep you hooked, hit subscribe, drop a like, and leave a comment below. Your support is what keeps this channel putting out content like this. At the 2025 Brickyard 400, Wallace held off Kyle Larson through double overtime and won by just 0.222 seconds, one of the tightest margins in the race's history. His son, not even a year old, was there with him on the yard of bricks that day. Wallace later reflected that winning early in the season, before playoff pressure set in, changed the entire feel of the rest of his year. That was 1 year ago. This year, at the same corner of the same speedway, everything fell apart. The unraveling started on Friday, during the only practice session of the weekend. Wallace clipped the outside wall a lap and a half in. Afterward, he said, "I wish it was as easy as copy and paste, but it's not." This was the same driver expected to defend a crown jewel win, and the wall hit turned out to be more than bad luck. It was a warning of what was coming. Saturday qualifying made things worse. Wallace qualified 29th, and at a track where passing is brutally difficult, that number is close to a death sentence for a race. At Indianapolis, track position decides almost everything. The fast cars stay fast. The slow ones stay buried. The trap was already closing before the race even began. Then came Sunday. Nothing happened. No charge, no fight, no viral moment. During a chaotic pit stop, Wallace's own car clipped his own crew. By the end of the day, the numbers told the whole story: 160 laps run, 1 position gained all day, 28th place finish. While Wallace's weekend collapsed, the rest of his building was having the best year in its history. Tyler Reddick won the first 3 races of the 2026 season back-to-back, a feat no one in NASCAR history had ever achieved before him. He has led the championship points since February, and he sits atop the season win count. Then there is Corey Heim, a part-time driver running a limited schedule, who already has 2 wins this season. He beat his own teammate Reddick at Naval Base Coronado in June, and this week, he won the Brickyard 400 at a track he had never turned a single lap on before Sunday. The stats surrounding Heim's win are historic by any measure. He is the first driver since A.J. Foyt in 1965 to win his first 2 Cup races within 15 starts. He is the youngest Brickyard 400 winner since Jeff Gordon in 1994. And he is the first part-time driver with a multi-win season since Davey Allison in 1987. Same building, same shop, same brand new Toyotas, and Bubba Wallace still has 0 wins. Here is how Heim actually took the win away from his own boss. With 35 laps to go, race leader Denny Hamlin, Heim's own team co-owner, took the preferred inside lane on the restart. Heim gambled on the outside line instead, got a shove from Joey Logano, barely cleared Hamlin, and then shut the door on his own boss in the short chute. Hamlin dove underneath to try to reclaim the position, lost momentum in the process, and fell all the way to 5th. Hamlin later admitted that the failure to organize a coordinated push from his group cost them the race. Heim then held off Christopher Bell for 34 green flag laps all the way to the finish line. Afterward, Heim described the closing laps directly: "That was a damn handful." Bell, the driver chasing him, gave him credit as well, saying Heim showed excellent mental toughness in holding the position. This brings us to the real argument building inside the sport right now: is Bubba Wallace being left behind by his own team? The case that he is being outgrown starts with the results sheet. Same equipment, wildly different outcomes on the same Sunday. Reddick finished 10th, Heim won the race, and Wallace finished 28th. Season-long, Wallace's numbers back up the concern. He holds an 18.4 average finish with just 1 top 5 finish and 6 top 10 finishes through the year, quietly the weakest of the 32311 cars in raw output. At Atlanta earlier this season, he crossed the finish line second, only to be dropped all the way to 29th for dipping below the yellow line, a costly error in one of the biggest moments of his year. And the competition inside the building is about to grow sharper. Corey Heim is joining the team full-time in 2027 in the number 35 car, replacing Riley Herbst. That means the number of drivers competing for attention, results, and resources inside 2311 is about to triple. Denny Hamlin has already publicly praised Heim's talent as generational, a description that, however innocently intended, reads as pressure building on Wallace's own seat. Fan reaction has followed the same pattern. Some fans have openly called for the team to move on from Wallace, with one fan writing that the team should get rid of Bubba Wallace, and another stating flatly, "Bubba Wallace is bad vibes." These are not isolated comments, they reflect a growing sentiment among a portion of the fan base watching the results gap widen in real time. But the defense has its own set of facts, and they are not small ones. Wallace is still 13th in points, with a 69-point cushion over the playoff cutoff line. That means his playoff spot is not actually in danger yet, regardless of how the Indianapolis weekend looked on television. Since June, he has strung together multiple top 6 finishes and led laps in 5 of his last 7 races before arriving at Indy, a stretch that tells a very different story than one bad weekend alone. Reporter Bob Pockrass, one of the most connected voices in the garage, has indicated that Wallace is expected to be back in the number 23 car for 2027 regardless of how this season plays out. On paper, at least, his seat looks safe. Wallace's own attitude through all of this has stayed remarkably even. He has said he feels no jealousy toward his faster teammates, only the shared hunger of, when is it our turn? After the race at Indianapolis, on the worst day of his season, at the track that means the most to him personally, he personally walked over to Heim's crew to congratulate them. It was a quiet gesture, but a telling one. This is no longer a story about one race. It is a story about pecking order inside a 3-car powerhouse team that suddenly has more talent than it has seats to offer. Reddick is leading the championship. Heim is outwinning full-time veterans on a part-time schedule. And Wallace, the man who helped build this program from the ground up, is now watching 2 teammates pull away from him in the same equipment. 4 races remain before the 16-driver chase field locks into place, starting with Iowa in early August, followed by a run of short tracks where track position and consistency matter just as much as raw speed. One win from Wallace changes this entire narrative. One more bad weekend, and the story writes itself without him. If you enjoy real NASCAR breakdowns like this, you'll like what's coming next, so make sure to subscribe, drop a comment with your honest take on whether Wallace is being phased out or whether this is one bad weekend getting blown out of proportion, and share this video with another NASCAR fan who needs to see it.